Hello, and congratulations for your interest in New You Life. We're going to talk today a little bit about the product and about a potential business opportunity for you. And you could look at this either or. So I will focus the beginning part of this presentation on the product, what it does, and why people are having such tremendous success. And then we're going to do the second half and talk a little bit about how this works as a business opportunity. And let me make it kind of clear right from the get go. No one's trying to influence anyone, but we found today that with social media and the way businesses are built, it's done on more, it's kind of everything old is new again, where people are communicating with each other via social media and sharing ideas and sharing opportunities with them left and right. And the days of the gold watch and 30 years at a single company, gee, our kids are not going to experience that same type of business environment. Today, people are doing Uber and Airbnb. They're renting out their homes to people. Who would have thought if you told me 10 years ago, I'm going to give an app to my daughter and tell her to get in a car with a stranger and have him take money out of my checking account, because I didn't want her driving when she was out with her girlfriends. I mean, who would have thought, right? And that's where we are. So let's open our minds a little bit, the same way many people are today in doing what we call the side hustle or the additional income or multiple streams of income. And we're going to talk about that. But let's start with a product because listen, if nobody's buying what we're selling, no one's going to make anything. And it's got to be a product that is so unique and so first to market and something that people are going to want to have over and over again that if you don't have that, nothing else matters. And that's where we're going to start. So, who am I and why would I be doing this? And what does it matter to you? So, what we're trying to express here is if you look, I'm Paul Capozio and I am a Diamond Ambassador with the company. That doesn't mean anything to you right now, but it will if you start getting involved with the business. Even at the product side, you need to know who's promoting this and why. So we're national educators, we're trainers to people who get involved with the business. We're very, very excited about what we're doing. And to be honest, this revitalized my career. I've been a sales trainer and a public speaker for many, many years, even though despite my looks and despite my voice, I'm a New Jersey boy at heart, but we've learned how to share a message. And when I found this in so late in my career, to be able to get excited about helping people again and bringing people along, and not necessarily people that have any business experience, but on top of it, sharing something because if my beautiful wife there, Linda, we came to this product. I hate to admit it, but for vanity reasons. We were thinking about crow's feet and we wanted to be active and we're 55 years old and we wanted to keep things going for ourselves. But on top of it, we realized that Linda, with her significant health issues, that girl you're seeing right there has Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's is a cluster of autoimmune diseases. So she has severe rheumatoid arthritis that really, really acts up from time to time. She has a hypothyroid, which was a very, very slow thyroid, and she has gluten intolerance. I mean, she cannot eat any wheat products because not because it makes her belly full, it's because she gets an inflammatory response, meaning her joints her ache. It inflames her rheumatoid arthritis, and it also gives her migraines. So we found a product that we thought was going to get in for one reason, and we found out did so many things for her, literally life-changing, and that's why I did a career change to do what we're doing here today. Now, somebody invited you to watch this, and I want you to understand that that person felt enough about you to introduce you to us so we could share the message for them, and you can do the same thing. Our goal and our job in this thing is to work for you, to share the message with the people you want to share this to so you could focus on the rest of your life. Think about today's economy and think about, we talked a little bit about the Uber mentality. Think about the Uber mentality if you could have somebody else help you drive every once in a while. Well, that's what Linda and I are all about. So, regardless of whether you're here for a business opportunity or you're here to find out about the product, I will tell you that the most important thing that you can get from this webinar is to understand that it's all about the product. Look, everyone, the second bottle sells because the first bottle works, and that's what you need to understand. Even if you're just here for a customer, we want to try to make sure that you get the increased levels of HGH, get your thyroid balanced out, get your adrenals balanced out so you look and feel better. That's the goal, all right? Now, you may have heard about this product and you may have even seen the video already and saying, well, how could one product do so much? It really doesn't, folks. It's your body. Your body is the perfect machine. That means if we treat it right, getting our pituitary and our adrenal and our thyroid all back into what we call homeostasis, you're going to look better, you're going to feel better. Why does a child fall down when they're 5 or 10 or 15 years old, skin their knee, and by the end of the day, that's already begun the healing process. And then when we're in our 30s and 40s, it may take a couple of days, maybe that Band-Aid is still bleeding under that Band-Aid after about, 10, 15 minutes after we thought we stopped the bleeding. And then what about people in their 80s when they have wound care, where they literally can't get a wound to heal? What a lot of that has to do with the way your body is processing and duplicating itself, right? The way it's healing itself. And isn't it ironic that when a baby is in the womb and it grows, it can do so much growth and so much development in 9 months, and then we're 5 years old and we're ready to go to school and our brains are ready to start learning, and then we're 11 or 12 and we start going through puberty. All of these messages are done by our hormones, HGH, estrogen, testosterone. All of these things are in abundance when we're younger. But isn't it funny how as when we hit the age of 20 and our HGH levels start to decline, all of a sudden all of these new things start creeping in. Think of HGH as the mailman in your body that's delivering the mail and the messages throughout your body to keep your metabolism correct, to keep your healing correct, to make significant changes in when the body is impacted negatively. Like, how come recovering from a hangover, when you're in your 50s and your 60s is a lot different recovering from a hangover when you're, 22, 23 years old. So understand that there's these signal messengers that are going on, and think about getting the mail delivered every day, and then all of a sudden every other day, and all of a sudden maybe once a week. And then what happens if you get your mail once a month, right? So a lot of things are going to be affected. So we have the only FDA registered product with a national drug code, an NDC code. What does that mean? It means that we subjected ourselves to registration with the FDA to tell them what we have in the bottle is what is really in the bottle, what we say is what we have, and also the claims that we make. So all of this is based on getting your levels up and getting you into homeostasis. So increased levels of HGH are associated with so many things, right? And significant fat loss, enhanced lean muscle mass. If you got your HGH levels higher, right? So if you get increased levels of HGH and you have something that did not affect you when you were younger, but is affecting you now, you have a very good possibility of those things getting back into shape again. All right. Enhanced lean muscle mass, improve your mood and energy. This was a big thing for me. My energy level, my memory. All right. I had a little bit of brain fog. I realized using the product for me, this is my personal testimonial, using the product for me and increasing my water intake together really affected the ability for me to get rid of this brain fogginess that I had, especially around allergy time for me. My mood was better. My energy level, my sleep is basically off the charts. And I'll give you my perfect example. Guys, you can relate to this. Girls, please, forgive me, but, when you're a 55-year-old guy, you don't necessarily sleep all the way through the night. You're getting up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, right? So I would get up and I would get back into bed, and all of a sudden, it would take me like a half an hour to 45 minutes to get back to sleep. I'd put the TV on. I'd wake Linda up. Now I get back into bed, and within 3 minutes, as long as I don't look at my cell phone, but in 3 minutes, I'm back to bed again. That's huge for me. When I first got involved with the product, I started taking it for 3.5 weeks. Nothing happened for me, or what I thought. But this product was going to work. And then I remember having a dream, clear as day. I was sitting on the beach in Florida. A turtle walked up out of the beach, lit a cigar, sat down, and we had this full-blown conversation. And it was like mind-blowing in 3D color, like a movie, like a HD movie. And Linda told me that night I snored, which I never snore because I got into a super, super deep sleep. I woke up at 8:30 in the morning. Folks, I get up at 5 every single morning, no matter where I am. And she said I was talking in my sleep. So what does that mean? It means I was getting into a deeper, deeper, deeper set of sleep. And that's where a lot of healing and recovery comes. As we get older and our sleep is affected, our body's ability to restore itself is diminished. We need to be in that deep set of sleep to work. We even need to be in a deep set of sleep for HGH to work. Our body does not produce HGH unless we're in a deep sleep. So here's the thing. A lot of people, our detractors, are going to say, well, there's such a teeny tiny weeny dose of HGH in this product that it's not going to be effective. Folks, you're looking at it all wrong. Those of you who are doubters and listening to me right now, you have to understand something. Injectable HGH, which is associated with side effects, most people abuse it and use too much. What's in the syringe or what's in that needle is what your body's going to use, not your natural production. When we have this teeny weeny teeny drop in the ocean that everybody talks about, says it's too small to do anything, that's wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. We want your body to produce its own HGH. Nothing works better for you in your body and is safer and has the least amount of any kind of side effects whatsoever than your own naturally produced HGH. So what do? We put a teeny tiny drop in there with every dose so that it triggers your pituitary to say, hey, please, pituitary, go back to work for me again today, all right? Don't phone it in. I need to feel better. And if you can keep that up, and let me tell you why it's safe too. Just because, have you ever seen a guy who's 55 and he looks like he's 70, and then you see another guy that's 55 and he looks 55, and you see another guy who's 55 and he looks like he's 30. All right, when you have the youth hormone raging through your body, right, in better levels, even for a guy that looks 70 and is 55, if he gets a 5, 10, 15% increase, 20% increase in his natural HGH production, that's going to make him feel and look so much better. Everything's relative. We're all different. That's why we use different dosages and get back to the person who, if you start the product, to make sure that you're using enough. Most people that don't feel anything don't use enough. All right. We always start with, let's say, a full pump in the morning, full pump at night. Sometimes women use a little bit less. Think of it this way. Linda and I will use aspirin, another brand name product, all right, ibuprofen. I take 3 without even thinking about it. Linda takes 1. Well, what does the bottle say? It says to take 2. So we need to be able to realize to treat this product no different than you treat anything else in your life. Some people use a lot of shampoo. Some people use a little. Linda uses used to use a ton of hair conditioner on her hair, 2 bottles of conditioner to every 1 bottle of shampoo, and now on Somaderm she's not. She's back to normal. Her hair is feeling better. Her change of life issues are in much better shape. So so much stuff is going on. I can't tell you that. Look, with a 100% money back guarantee, give this product a try. So here's the $64,000 question, or the $1 million question, or however you want to put it. Is it really working for people? Guys, look, 90 to 93% of the people that I work with, and that's in the thousands, have a result from the product. Are there going to be some people who don't feel anything or think they don't feel anything? Of course. Are there people who go into surgery with a positive attitude versus people who go into surgery with a negative attitude? Who's going to have the better results? So we do understand that there are people who are not going to be affected by the product, but thank God that it's such a small amount, number one. Number two, maybe you're going to feel good for the first 30 days, but we have people 6 months. I'm on the product 13 months already, and I know that it's the product that's doing it. Why? Well, we ran out of product back last year during the summertime, okay? We thought we were going to be devastated because people wanted the product so much that we sold out of what we had. So that shows you the balance. What it taught me, though, is not having the product for a while, that when I came off the product, trust me, the product was working. My shoulder pain came back. My mood was getting nasty and everything again. I was tired. I wasn't sleeping well. So that was the greatest thing for me to put me into hyperdrive. But let's show you some of the other people. Okay, now these are individual people who have been on the product for a while. And yes, they are seeing certain people, many too, by the way, are seeing, better hair filling in again. That they, if you had some minor hair loss, especially in women, but many in men. All right, you see a gentleman up there right now. You're looking at how his skin is better hydrated, less wrinkles and things like that. That's only in 7 weeks, guys. I'm sorry that's cut off at the bottom, but that's only in 7 weeks. So again, your results may vary, but there's a lot of great things happening right now. Here's a younger guy, and you see what's going on here. I tell you, hydrate and use the product, and you will see some significant differences. Now, I'm going to comment on myself. With this guy, I noticed that he's got some gray in his beard, and I didn't see that was affected. And I don't know how long that was in, but I've noticed that my beard was almost 100% gray, and now my beard, I don't grow it in, but when I let it grow, like or a couple of days worth of growth, it would all come in gray. Now it comes in salt and pepper, literally 50-50. So that's some of the personal things that happen to me with hair. It may happen to you. This woman's eyes, you could really see from the bottom up. That's a dramatic difference, a major, major dramatic difference. Some people are touting some changes to vein issues that they're having. Okay. And here's a friend of mine, and she basically is. How much younger does she look around her neck? So I'm not putting this up here to embarrass any of these people, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to contact the person who introduced you to me on this, because we're showing this to you on their behalf. And I want you to have them invite you into the testimonial pages so you could see thousands of testimonials like this from the people, not from me. This is posted directly from them on Facebook so you can really see what's going on to evaluate this. Don't take my word for it. Don't take the person's word for it who introduced this to you. Do your own research. Here's another thing I want to talk to you about research, guys. When you Google, read the whole article. There are people out there who absolutely are raving about Somaderm, and listen, rightfully so, but they're also selling it, right? We have people out there that are selling other products, so what do they think about Somaderm? Well, they don't like it. Then there's outright hit jobs. Don't ask me why, but it's so funny. In today's environment, you'll go to a restaurant and get a bad taco, and instead of getting a free meal or never going back to the restaurant, people have this thing where they want the restaurant owner be put out of business. I don't know where society changed so much, but here's what I'm going to tell you. I make you this promise. You go on to any negative article. The positive articles, okay, they're positive, right? And we're all going to see them. But the negative article, read all the way through the article. Don't just read the headline, and you'll see they're selling something else. So do real research. Look at what the Mayo Clinic and NYU talks about HGH supplementation. Look what the Japanese have been doing for the last 30 years in Japan about treating high blood pressure and cholesterol issues with micro doses of HGH. Okay, microdoses. They're ironically the same dilution that we have in our product. In fact, that's the first course that they use out there versus hitting us with all these pharmaceuticals. Okay, so again, pharmaceuticals have their place. They're very valuable, but also health, wellness, eating right, taking care of your body, and supplementation really does make a difference for many, many people. So what's going on? Why are people feeling better? Why are things happening to their hair, skin, nails, discomfort? Why is this happening? Well, remember when I told you about that we try to reach what's called homeostasis. So the somatropin at 30x dilution, that's where a detractor is going to say, oh, it's a teeny tiny weeny drop in the ocean. Well, would you rather use a teeny tiny drop to get your body to be working better, or would you rather use hyperdoses or full doses of a foreign substance in your body to try to get the same result? Don't you think it's better to try to get your body to do its thing itself versus that hypersupplementation? Remember, the injectable somatropin that you use is what your body's going to uptake and try to utilize, when I would rather have what my body is producing on its own. The thyroidinum, right? So thyroid has been used for hundreds of years to treat thyroid. I don't know if you remember, but if anybody has immigrant parents like I do, you'd realize that they used to do this whole thing about, hey, if you have a problem with your kidneys, eat kidney meat. If you have a problem with your liver, eat liver. There was thighs help to cure. Well, that's kind of that approach. I mean, it's been proven, right? Many of the pharmaceuticals, everything that we use today, are either derived from animal and or plant-based extracts, botanicals, and our product has tons of botanicals in it. The only difference is that we use whole leaf natural botanicals versus a synthetic botanical. Now, somatropin is a synthetic in our product because that's the only way you can get it in the United States legally. It is pharmaceutical grade, the same one that they give to children when they have growth issues. Now, the glandular, guys, look, we all suffer from adrenal fatigue from one form or another. Our adrenal glands are these kidney bean-shaped glands that sit on top of our actual kidneys. And in many cases, they're supposed to be the size and shape of a kidney bean. They did a research to kids studying in NYU, and they're burning the candle at both ends, studying and everything, and they're drinking Red Bull and coffee, and their adrenal glands are the size of a BB in a ballpoint pen. You know when you write with a ballpoint pen, that little ball in the end? That's the size of their adrenal glands, and they're only in their late teens, early 20s, right? Many of us, we need that afternoon cup of coffee or the Snickers bar. There's a reason we're in adrenal fatigue. We burn the candle at both ends, cut it in the middle, and light the other two. So we have a synergistic approach. I know synergistic is spelled wrong. Listen, do I look like it or sound like a great speller? And then this is a remedy, not a cure. What does that mean? Is that it's not for a specific purpose, like an approved drug, like Viagra, is put out for one specific reason. A remedy can handle a multitude of industries. That's why we say this may affect you if we get your HGH levels up for this. You may come for one thing and wind up getting another. All right. So many of us suffer from these things, and this is an approach to take it. Look, we have a very, very large percentage of our people, over 90%, that are experiencing positive results with the product. Okay, so we're going to speed it up because we're already over in 20 minutes, and I really want to kind of get this done in another couple of minutes for you so we don't waste too much of your time and we get you started on either starting on the product or starting on the business or both. Okay, and a no is okay, folks. We get it. Alexei Goldstein. So who is Alex? Alex actually is the formulator. He's not a guy that said, "Hey, let's make this big sales organization and we'll make a lot of money. Let's just find a product that we're going to pump into it and get all these people to buy it." That's not who this guy is. I literally got on a plane with my wife, Linda, and we flew out to San Francisco. Once we made the decision that this is where we wanted to start our late in life career, that I said, let's go meet this guy. And we spent a couple of days with him, and we were very, very impressed with who he is, because he's all about the product. He's all about the ingredients and what goes into it. He needed a sales force to people who explain this. Folks, if this was sitting on a shelf in your drugstore, you'd walk right by it. People have questions. Oh, I have high blood pressure. Can I still use the product? I had this other issue. Now, we should always consult with our doctor, but listen, you got to do two things. You got to make a decision what's right for you and what's right based on the care that your doctor provides. So run this by them. I think it's important to do that, especially if you have any kind of health issues, right? And what we should do is this, and also tell him about the 2 bourbons I drink and the big steak I have once a week. I'm sure he's not going to be happy about that either. But hey, look, we all live our lives, right? So it says established in 2017. Well, it's only 2019. This is really a young company. No, New You Life, or us, the marketing side of this thing, right? We get paid to do these things by me helping my team grow and providing these services. That's done by New You Life. Alexei's been doing this for 28 years. He's been dealing with MMA fighters and people in the health and wellness space for so many years. This product, this overnight sensation of a product that I'm talking about right now, was developed 17 years ago, and then it's been operating on an FDA registration for the last 8 years. So guys, this is not a brand new product. This has been tried, tested over thousands and thousands of people. And we've made, like I said, an overnight sensation that was 17 years in the making. So we formed New You Life back in 2017 to give people the opportunity. This was going to go one of two ways. Either he was going to sell out the product to a big marketing company that would do those TV-based commercials, and it's pretty famous group. There's a picture of a big predator fish that swims around in the ocean. And think of a great hit TV show that you see out there. Well, those people that ran that show wanted this product, or he would deal with a marketing play just like Uber and Airbnb, and that's the way he chose to go, by educating us to educate you to educate others about his phenomenal product. He does all the research and development. He owns all the intellectual property. This is his product. But here's what's interesting. This is manufactured in a third-party pharmaceutical facility that is registered with the FDA. Guys, this is not made in somebody's garage, in Duluth. This is made from a pharmaceutical manufacturer. It is bottled based on pharmaceutical standards with pharmaceutical grade ingredients. All right, so I still have your attention. Great. I appreciate you made it this far. We're almost at the end. But hey, if you're thinking about this for your health, or you're thinking about this for your financial well-being, I think it's worth it for you to spend 25 minutes to really get the handle on what we're doing here. So how do you get started? So you can get this product as low as $149. Now I'm talking to you right now as a customer, and you could buy a single bottle. Say, hey, I really don't want to have any commitment. I just want to try it to see if it works. Well, it's $169.99, and you get a bottle of Somaderm, and then it's like about $5 or so for shipping. Now, let's say or you've come to the realization that, well, if I do it for 1 month, it'll probably be better for 2. I'm on this product for life. All right, so is my wife. So now you could have what's called membership pricing. We're going to send you a bottle every single month for $149.99. So you save that money difference on that membership pricing. So it makes sense. Now you can cancel it at any time. If you have any portion of the unused bottle, you send it back. We'll give you a full refund on that purchase price. Now here's another thing. If you're a Medi-Spa owner or a physician or a plastic surgeon or a chiropractor, a gym owner, massage place, nail salon, any wellness professional, health professional, or beauty professional, you can buy a commercial customer pack. You could buy 24 and 48 packs at a deep discount, so there's enough money for you to sell that product from behind your counter. We only ask that you're a wellness professional and that you don't just stick this on a shelf and let people walk by. We want you to interact with people. We will train you on how to explain this product to your customer and sell it to them. We have thousands of health and wellness professionals involved with the company. I personally have plastic surgeons, chiropractors, gynecologists, anesthesiologists, Medi-Spa owners, nurse practitioners, RNs, LPNs, physician's assistants that are all in the business sharing this product with people. You do not attract those type of professionals, personal trainers. I mean, these people know nutrition, nutritionists. Okay. Why would these people be getting involved with a fly-by-night product? They wouldn't. They've done the research. So put a little bit of your faith in them, because they are really, really powerhouses in this organization, and they know when they see a one-of-a-kind product. Okay, so what about the wholesale? What about the business side of this thing? Well, look, this is your greatest opportunity. It's only $59 to be in the business. And even if it takes you 12 months to figure out if you even want to recommend this. In fact, look, you recommend this to a handful of people and you're getting your product for free. Most of us talk about the latest movie we saw. Many of us will recommend a new restaurant, in town if we like it, or what hotel they stayed at, which one they liked and which one they didn't like. Many of us all heard about Uber, not because we saw an advertisement for Uber, but our friend said, "You're not using Uber? What are you, nuts? Why would you drive tonight if you're going to go out and have a couple of drinks? Use an Uber." We learn about this from mouth to mouth from people. So for $199, you get an actual bottle of product in the business. So if you think about the slide I showed you before, $169.99 gets you a single bottle as a customer. For a few bucks more, for $199, you have the option for the next 12 months to be in the business and possibly refer someone. To me, that's a no-brainer, but I don't want you to think that you're bound to anything. There are no minimums. Look, if you don't do anything, you won't make anything. But why not give you the option, even if you recommended it to someone? So $199 gives you your business. It also gives you some points into what we call our compensation plan. And if you want to know more about this, get with the person who introduced this to you, and I will personally walk you through how that works and how we've made a multiple six-figure income in our first year, even though the company ran out of product in our first year. We went through all the pains and agonies of a startup company, and now you could benefit from that, because here we are, the fastest growing company in this space, number one, and we were voted the number 2 opportunity. We're a 1-year-old company, and we were voted the number 2 opportunity in home-based business already, folks. Now, here's the Pro Pack, $559. You're going to get 4 bottles of gels, and you're going to get the business center. All right. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you take the 59 out, you're getting it for about $125 a bottle. You can sell those bottles. Remember, 169 versus 125. So you can make your money back and then some, right? To at least pay for your product and pay for your business and be in it for free. And then you have the executive pack, right? Which is 8 gels, and essentially comes out to, after the 59 is out, $117.50 each. $117.50 each means you're getting the product cheaper. Right? And what I do is I use those bottles. I don't sell them. I don't want somebody coming to my house at 11 o'clock at night when I'm trying to sleep and they said, hey, they want to pick up their new bottle. I'm not really into being a store. So what I do is I lend those bottles, those extra bottles, to my new people who are getting started, because it takes a week to get it from the company. Remember, it took me 3.5 weeks to feel something. Hand them that bottle. They start using it. They get their user experience right away. How much better are you going to be in referring this product when you actually have your own product experience to talk about? Not mine, not Linda's, not everyone else's. In fact, we should only share our own personal testimonials to people and then let them see the testimonials posted by others. We don't borrow testimonials. We don't make things out greater than what they have to be. This product is so good on its own, you don't need to exaggerate, and we encourage you not to. So use those bottles to get your people started, and when their bottles come in, I want you to have them return it to you, and you keep the cycle going every time you introduce it to someone new as a distributor. So use that to grow your business, get people started on it. All right. So again, it's like having a donut shop with no donuts in the window. So that's the getting started on the wholesale side of the opportunity. There's a lot more. We get paid 5 ways in this business. You have your raises built in. That's what I love so much about network marketing, is that I don't have to go to my boss, wait for my annual review, and hope they have it in the budget to give me a raise. I know if I reach certain milestones in the business, my money is guaranteed. Wow, thank you so much for hanging in there. I want to make sure and stress that, yes, I'm sure you have a lot of questions if you're thinking about the business that we could answer you about how this money is made. There are no gotchas in this plan, folks. I will give you my word on that, that there's no, crazy milestones to reach. You don't have to sell $1 million worth of product, but you do need to learn and you do need to have some effort. Now, if you have questions about the product, we'd love to answer that to you as well. Ask the person who introduced this to you to give you some of the videos, show you on YouTube where the postings are, and put some real honest effort into it. Here's what I'm going to ask you on behalf of that person. Give this a real hard, honest look, okay? And if it's a no, we'd appreciate that. No one's going to pressure you. But if it's a maybe or a yes, then get back with that person and let us help you get the rest of the information that you need so you can be successful. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and we'll talk to you real soon. I hope to partner with you right now.